Hey now, welcome to the pregame show here on the Believe in the Land. Go to believeintheland.com. Go to Believe in the Land on Instagram at Official Cleveland Sports for postgame. As soon as the final pitch happens tonight and we're doing some Guardians clapping, go to at Official Cleveland Sports. Gavin Williams is on the bump tonight. Obviously, there's a lot of excitement. There's been a lot of talk about who Gavin Williams reminds people of. You've seen some things out there about Garrett Cole. What I would remind everyone out there, that is a very strong opinion to say that someone looks like Garrett Cole. So I think what we should be hoping today from Gavin Williams is that he does his job. He throws with high velocity. Obviously, in this kind of start, you aren't expecting more than 75, 80 pitches, I would think. I don't think you're going to go much further than that. So you're talking about getting off to a good start for Gavin, making sure he feels comfortable, and at this time, winning the game. I mean, it's important right now for the Guardians to win the game. The Guardians right now are on a march to the AL Central, which is not very resilient. Everybody's under 500 right now. But as you look, and we're almost to the midway point, here are the Guardians at 38 losses. The Twins at 38 losses. Now they're a game ahead of the Guardians because they played 2 more games. But here we are with a handful, almost halfway through the point of the season, and the Guardians are right there. So really what the key is in this stretch is the Twins have a very hard stretch to the All-Star break. They have 2 series of Baltimore. They play the Red Sox 2 more times, tonight and tomorrow, and they throw in a series with the Braves. In this stretch of games for the Guardians, they do play the Brewers, who are just above 500, but they're pretty much the same record as the Guardians, and they play a lot of the Royals, and then throw in 1 series with the Braves. And that's a stretch here for the Guards. Guards have an excellent opportunity to not just win some games, but actually be in front heading down the stretch as they come into the second half of the season. I think there's a very good chance, and I think they will. I think the Guardians will be in first place. Would not be surprised if they even had a couple games in their pocket, meaning they have a 2 or 3 game lead heading into the break. And for how it's not been easy for this team and how at times it's been very stressful as a Guardians fan, watching this team really pull and tug to get traction. They've had a very hard time this year getting into rhythm or flow. But here they are, almost at the halfway point, and they're tied in the loss column with the Twins. And the Twins have a terrible, tough stretch, and the Guardians don't have as hard a stretch as they do at all. A lot of the Royals, throw in the Braves, throw in the Brewers, and that's it. Guardian, and throw in the Cubs too. The Cubs aren't good. They have an excellent chance to actually take the lead and gain some ground going into the second half after the All-Star break. Excellent opportunity for this club. I think at times as Guardians fans, we've been feeling the need to pick, and we've been feeling the need to open scab wounds. There are some things that are starting to turn around. Steven Kwan is a pure leadoff hitter. He's not one of the best in the game, but he's a pure leadoff hitter. He's very good. Jose Ramirez is one of the best in the game. Josh Naylor's on his way to probably be playing in an All-Star game as a reserve. Pretty cool. People should be voting both for Jose and Josh. And I'd be voting for Steven Kwan too. 1948 was a long time ago, says Derpy. Front office needs to get it done at the deadline. Derpy, they need to try to get a big bat. There's no question about that. They also, on this team, need to establish the catcher. Bo Naylor's up. David Fry's here, and Cam Gallagher. They have not established the catcher position. It's very important for the Guardians to get the catcher position established. I don't know who's going to be starting as a steady catcher for the Guardians heading into the next month of July. It's very hard to read, let alone September. I hear you. They need to get some sort of boost. Bieber was supposed to be the carrot. I don't think you can trade Bieber now because of what's going on with the injuries with McKenzie. You cannot have 3, no matter what, you're going to have 3 young starters. You cannot have 3 young starters and 2 pitchers, Quantrill and Savali, have been hurt this year, and then trade Bieber. So Bieber has to stay. So they have to get creative. They also have to figure out of these players of Arias and Brennan and Freeman, and, there's Oscar Gonzalez that's hidden away right now in Columbus. Who out of this group is really going to be here long-term? From what I've seen so far this year, Brennan's kind of developed himself into an everyday right fielder. I think at some point, I would hope Oscar Gonzalez gets a chance to come back up and show that too. Freeman's had some moments. Arias has had some moments defensively. They need to figure out which one of these guys are going to be the long-term guys. Yeah, I know. I hear you. I mean, Perez would be an excellent pickup, a catcher. I don't know if they're going to do that. Chapman would be a wonderful pickup. He's a big-time reliever. He's a champion. Makes a lot of sense. I will tell you, Chapman does not have a great clubhouse and mentality guy in the clubhouse. So you bring in someone like Chapman, I think you're losing a little bit of that, which the Guardians don't know that they want to necessarily do. Perez is obviously a very good player, champion himself. He establishes and settles down the catcher position. If I were the Guardians, I'd be looking for a big boom bat. Anybody who can just hit the ball hard and out. They have to establish one more. Jimenez is not taking the step forward we thought he was so far this year. Ahmad Rosario is finally getting hot, but he's not a big bopper. Josh Bell has had, some moments here and there, but not enough as we were expecting as fans. Hasn't been as consistent. The Pirates are actually in a race right now, Derpy. I don't see them making trades. I don't see them making a trade right now like that. I think the Guardians are going to have to get creative with a team like the A's, a team who's in town. The Nationals, I think you can get creative with. They are not making the playoffs. Go to teams who are dead in the water. The Cubs are dead in the water. Make a trade with them. They're not doing anything. Try to make a trade with those kind of clubs. The Rockies. Rockies aren't going anywhere. Try to get someone who's an established bat, get in there, and get someone who can hit the ball out. Josh Bell was supposed to be a good power guy. He's not a power guy. He's not a 40 guy. You would hope he's a 25 home run guy. It's going to be good if he gets a 20. Nolan Jones. Well, Nolan Jones, that did not work out. Jones, that was, typical baseball. By the way, Jake Bauers is also playing well for the Yankees, which is infuriating. Yankees fans are actually kind of satisfied with Jake Bauers, which is amazing. Amazing. There's another player out there too. Aaron Hicks was let go by the Yanks. That would have been a good pickup for the Guardians. But anyways, in all these kind of moves, the Guardians do need one more power bat. And it's not going to be for Bieber. You have to keep Bieber now in the stable. You're not going to be able to trade him as you once were because you have to have an established veteran going into the playoffs. Again, long-term view, we call it the 10,000 feet view. The Guardians are actually in good position to win the Central. So keeping Bieber is a must. Possibly Rooker. They got to keep Bieber. And how they establish one more bat to get in that lineup. They got to also figure out how these clump of players, the Freemans, the Ariases, the Brennans, Oscar Gonzalez, who are they really looking forward to, and who can they cut? They can trade and release because not release, but trade because they need to start making decisions there too. And I don't know if that's been really figured out. Outside, I think Oscar Gonzalez showed so much in 2021. I would definitely not let go of him yet. I think that's letting go of a guy way too soon. And Brennan showed some things. Freeman's had some more moments. He's starting to grow on me. Arias clearly needs more time to get his establishment as a hitter. And that's where we are today. But in this game, it's all going to be about Gavin Williams, as it should. He's an exciting young starter. Come on after the game at Believe in the Land at Official Cleveland Sports on Instagram. I'll be there after the game at Official Cleveland Sports on Instagram. Check it out. The reposting will be happening on YouTube after the show. You want more writings up on the teams, go to believeintheland.com. Guardians, Gavin Williams era starts tonight. We'll be here after the game. Have a good day. See you guys later.